Hey beautiful, you're beautiful, hey beautiful, you're beautiful.
Hey y'all, this is Brittany Jones from Sheabundantly at sheabundantly.com, and I'm making this video to talk about something kind of superficial, but also something that is really a big part of us as young women, and that is hair. As you can see, I am natural, but I haven't always been this way. Just wanted to kind of share a little story with me growing up in hair, because even though it may seem so simple, hair is hair, hair was a super big deal to me. Basically, growing up my whole life, everybody would always compliment me on my hair, because I had back then I had permed hair, and it was thick and it grew long. So I always had people say, oh, your hair is so pretty, you know, always, well, you got some good hair, this, that, good hair, good hair, good hair. And people didn't know the things that they were saying. Of course, they were just being nice and saying what they liked and admired about me, but I think subconsciously on the inside, it told me something about myself, or I listened to the affirmations of other people, and I thought that hair was all that I was. Growing up in high school, you know, everybody, you feel like you have to be something good or be good at something. And I know there's peer pressures going on in high school. You fall victim to those sometimes. And all I thought I was my hair. If I didn't have long hair flowing down my back, permed out, flat ironed, then I really thought that I was not beautiful. Like, that was my true thought. And I just remember feeling so bound. Like, I really thought that hair was who Brittany Jones was. And if I didn't have hair, if I didn't have that long flowing hair down my back, then I wasn't anything. I think I was like, no, this is my freshman year in college. 2000, you don't need to know. This is my freshman year in college, and I had went to this beautician, and I sat in her chair and I said, can you give me some layers? This is when I still had my long hair, and I was like, can you give me some layers down my back? And I saw that it was like a lot of hair being cut off, but I didn't think anything of it. Like, I looked in the mirror and I didn't realize the damage that was done to my hair. My hair was long in the back, but up here was like a mullet cut. It was like she did like a drastic cut. It wasn't layers, but it was like a drastic cut. And for some reason I didn't see it or didn't realize it at the shop. I probably would have broke down crying there. But I just remember feeling like, oh my goodness, my life is over. This is horrible. Like, I cried and I cried and I cried. And I know it's a natural thing. As women, as young girls, hair is what makes us a woman. Cool. Everybody wants hair. That's natural. But for me, it was so dramatic because my identity was that hair. And without that hair, I felt like I was nothing. I felt like I wasn't beautiful. Nobody would think I'm cool, or nobody would say, oh, Brittany and her long hair, Brittany this, Brittany that, oh, you got some pretty hair. And I just remember, like, wow, like, that's really who I was, and that's what I identify myself with. And I know society plays a big role in how we think about our hair. We get a lot of young girls say that they don't like their hair. And I'm like, well, why not? And they feel, a lot of times, they're like, if it's not flowing down their back, then they don't like it. They feel like they're ugly. So they get these weaves and they put it in their head, and then that's what makes them feel beautiful. But when you think about it, where did that come from? Who made the standards of beauty? Really, it's society, it's culture, it's what they put out there. If they say it's beautiful, then we think it's beautiful, and we try to conform to what they say is beautiful. We have termed long hair or permed hair, whatever, as beautiful, when beauty is whatever you make it. God made beauty, and everything that He made is beautiful. So I guess I'm really making this video to kind of change our way of thinking of what beauty is. So if you want to rock natural hair, if you want to rock short haircut, if you want to rock long hair down your back, then that's okay. But make sure you're doing it because you want to do it, and not because you want to conform to what people say is beautiful. So embrace who you are. Embrace your God-given beauty. Don't hide because you feel like then nobody's going to look at you as pretty, or boys are not going to like you. First of all, rock what you are because of what you want to rock, because of who you are, because of who God made you to be, not because you're trying to attract boys. Or I remember praying to God like, Lord, help me, show me inner beauty, show me who you really called me to be. Because reality is, God called every last woman on this earth to play a role. You see everywhere on the internet or on TV, you know, women decked out, face beat, long weave, curly weaves, colorful weaves, nails done, clothes to the T. And that's okay. That's okay to look good on the outside, but it should never, our outside should never look better than what's on the inside. 1 Peter 3:3, when God is talking about our outward appearance, you know, our beauty should not come from our outward appearance, from hairstyles to jewelry and all that stuff. But what's most important to God is a gentle and quiet spirit. So basically what that is saying is, as a woman, who we are, our beauty should not come from what you see. You can have a fine looking chick on the outside, everything done, but on the inside, her attitude, everything about her is so stank. Like, she's rotten on the inside, and that's not what God calls his beautiful women, the creation that he made, to be like. He called us to be humble women. He called us to be women of him, ones that seek his face, ones that have a true relationship with him, ones that know how to pray and are able to call upon his name and have a relationship with him. That's what he desires for his women to be like. So I just wanted to encourage and just to share, kind of share my testimony just about my hair journey. What does hair mean to you? Is it your identity? Do you feel like if you don't have long hair, you're not beautiful? Begin to change your thought process and embrace who you are. I transitioned, meaning I kept my perm ends on and I just let my roots grow out for over a year, 17 months, and I just couldn't take it no more. And in October of 2015, I cut it all off. I didn't know how I was going to feel because I was so attached to my long hair. I thought long hair was beautiful. It was this, it was that, but I love it. I love natural hair. I love all hair, but for me, I love the fact that I can rock natural hair and still feel like I am beautiful, because I realize that my beauty doesn't come from my outside. Because I know who I am on the inside, whatever I rock on the outside just shines with brilliance. I can rock it with confidence. So know who you are on the inside. Your future husband, whoever, they're going to like what you're confident in. If you're confident with the fro, and that's what they're gonna like. If you're confident with the curly hair, that's what they're gonna like. If you're confident with the long hair, that's what they're gonna like. But beauty is what you make it. And that's that. So I hope you were encouraged. Please don't forget to check out Sheabundantly at Sheabundantly.com, where I have new posts, new videos, new fashion ideas, and new music. So yeah, and follow your girl. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, of course, and Facebook, Sheabundantly. Alright, holla at your girl. Bye.
Hey beautiful, hey beautiful, hey beautiful. You're beautiful, beautiful. Hey beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You're beautiful, beautiful. Hey beautiful, beautiful. You're beautiful, beautiful. Hey beautiful, beautiful. You're beautiful, beautiful. Has anybody ever told you that you're beautiful? And maybe you just haven't heard in a while that you're beautiful. Has anybody ever told you that you're beautiful? Hey, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You're beautiful, beautiful. Or maybe you just haven't
This is Brittany Jones coming at you again from